What do you guys think is the least appreciated member of a band? Any ideas? Well, in my opinion, the least appreciated member of the band is the percussion section, and I also think that it is one of the most important members of the band. If you look physically, normally in a setup such as this, the percussion section is at the very back, and in this specific setup, the percussion section used to be in another room altogether. Now, the percussion section has often been used as the glue. That's the term that has been used to describe it, as the glue that holds the rest of the song together. It is the heartbeat of the song. It is the pulse of the song. Now, incorporating not only different types of percussion, but also just percussion itself into your band will enhance the sound of your songs, and it will pique the interest of your listeners. Today we're going to talk about 3 ways that percussion will enhance your song, and 3 different instruments that you guys can use to do that. So first we're going to talk about the güiro. According to PuertoRico.com, the güiro was used with the Taino people in Puerto Rico and brought by the Arawak Indians. Now, the way that güiros are made is you carve a gourd, you make it all hollow, and then you put parallel ridges on the top of it. To play, it's very easy. There's 2 holes in the side of it. There is a hole for your thumb in your left hand and for your index finger, and you simply hold the scraper, which the real term for the scraper is called a pua, P-U-A, and you play it like so. I do have one to demonstrate today, and you simply, this is a güiro, and you put your fingers in the holes, and you have your pua, and you play it like that. You can do all sorts of different rhythms. Mostly this instrument is used with the lead singer, kind of like the maracas, and it is used mostly in salsa and folk music. Now most güiros are made out of metal, plastic, or fiberglass and are usually 25 to 35 inches long. Centimeters long. The second instrument we're going to talk about is the xylophone. Xylophones, most people will look at them and know what they are. About.com, Music of the Xylophone, says that in Europe, in 1511, was the first noted xylophone, and it is often called wooden percussion. In 1830, Michael Guzikov made the xylophone a solo instrument. The bars on the xylophone are tuned to the letter on it, so if it says an E, most of the time, hopefully, it should be tuned to the pitch of E. Today, many xylophones have 2 rows, and a lot of xylophones have metal tubes that help the sound to be resonated through it. I have a xylophone here to play for you guys, and as you can see, this is wooden. It does not have the resonating tubes below it, but a xylophone is considered a xylophone if it has 3 or more bars on it. So it is important when you play the xylophone to hold the mallets, and instead of playing it like this and letting the sound be dulled, play it and bounce it on there, and like so, and it should be able to play pretty easy. Again, at About.com, it talks about some different types of xylophones. In Indonesia, they're called a gambadang, and they have 3.5 to 4 octaves. There's a metallophone, which is all metal and supported by frames, and in Africa, they're called amadinia, and in Latin America, they're called marimba. These xylophones are usually used in Latin American music. The final instrument that we're going to talk about is the cabasa. And according to wisegeek.com, the cabasa came from an African instrument called the shakir. Now, the shakir actually was a lot like the güiro, which we talked about before. It was a hollowed out gourd, except for there was metallic beads over the top. And when you'd shake it, the metallic beads would hit the wood. Now, there's many different sizes of cabasas, and it's mostly just wood with metal beads around it, and you hold it in your hand and you turn it. Usually you use it with your right hand, you rest it in your left, and you turn it. The cabasa is really good for beginners because you don't really have to do much to make it work. You just turn it with a beat. However, like most instruments, the cabasa can definitely be mastered, and you can do all sorts of different rhythms with it. The bigger the cabasa, the fuller the sound. I have a medium-sized one to show you today, and the cabasa is used mostly in Latin American music. So this is a cabasa. You hold it in your right hand, you rest it on your left, and you turn it like so. All right, there are many types of percussion instruments. On the website drumworks.com, there are over 3,000 different percussion instruments that are noted, and that is just on one website. And so there's many different ways of doing it besides just the drums. But whether you use a güiro, a xylophone, or a cabasa, I can guarantee you using different kinds of percussion instruments and using percussion instruments more in your songs will enhance the sound of your songs and pique the interest of your listeners. So next time that you're looking for something just to give that little extra kick for your song, I encourage you to reach for a percussion instrument.